Well, right now we are not far off of I-70. In fact, tonight while I'm cooking, you might even be able to hear it. But I'm excited because we're out on another adventure. I'm meeting up with my friend Brent and his family from Forgotten Waypoints. He's going to be joining us later this evening. That's why we chose this spot. It's a nice, easy place for him to get to, for us to meet tonight. And then tomorrow we'll be doing a bunch of exploring in this portion of the San Rafael Swell. Right now we're not too far outside of Salina, Utah, kind of in the mountainous, a little bit beginning of the mountain area outside of Salina. And man, it's, you know, despite the I-70 being not that far that way, this is a pretty little campsite. Now, it's probably been a little while since I have showcased our camping setup, so I'm going to give you a little tour around camp this evening. So I've got our Coleman instant, 60-second put up tent. I've been running this thing for years. In fact, I've just released a review of it. If you're looking for a very good value tent, it's a good option for that. So go check out that review. Everything else around camp you've probably seen, other than maybe this. I've got this cool little light that I'm going to be testing out. It is a DeWalt light. I have used it in the garage and it works excellent. So I'm excited to have it out on a trip in a camping setting. Other things that we've got, obviously we've got all of our sleeping gear inside of there. I'm utilizing the Lexus GX 460 as the primary vehicle right now, and it's, the build there is ever evolving. I have a few more things that I want to do to add some camp creature comforts to it, but I have, kind of my functional build on it that you can check out as well. And here's a couple other little things you might be interested in. In the back of the GX, give you a little tour of a few things here. I'm currently running a Set Power 45-liter fridge. I've been using this for a little over a year now, and some things I really like about it. I like that it has this hard metal side. Another cool thing that the guys over at Set Power actually sent me to test is this battery pack. It's magnetic, so you can attach it. I just love that it's really slim, low profile. In fact, on my last trip, I ran it on the back side of the fridge over here, and I've really been excited about that, and I was impressed. They told me it probably would only last 6-7 hours. I was able to get 9 hours of battery of running my fridge on my last adventure. I really plan on utilizing this more for charging batteries on devices, cameras, things like that. But I do like that I can plug the fridge into it here, and it gives me the ability to power the fridge for pretty much a day, a daytime day, 9 to 10 hours. A couple other things that I'm testing. A Jacko compressor. I'm going to be giving this a test. I've been running a Air one for years and years and years. These guys reached out to me and asked if I wanted to try this. My Air one, the nozzle that attaches to your valve stem, or to the valve, is really loose and doesn't fit well anymore. And so I said, hey, you know what? I'll give this thing a try, see how it goes. So you'll utilize that. See it right here. I've just got our Reliance water jug, Speed Pro rack up here. I love this thing. I talk about it all the time, but it's so handy for putting gear. Right now it's just got cases from some of our chairs and stuff, but it's super handy. This has turned into our toiletries, which is kind of cool. This is a Warren Industries, I think it's meant to be like a grab handle bag for a Jeep. I bought it when I had the Jeep, but now I just hang it here. It's got, just some of our toilet paper, wipes, things like that, but I want to have that are easy access, and you can, use these straps to mount it in a bunch of different locations. So I'm happy with that. This fridge has been really cool. I mentioned I just like how spacious it is. We're only doing one night here, so we're basically doing dinner and breakfast, so there's a ton of extra space. But you can see we're not even using probably 20% of it, and half of that sodas. Now, the only way that we could do our adventures is utilizing a roof rack. We're using the Prinsu roof rack. I really like that it's easy to install. It has a lot of crossbars. I do miss having a full platform. I did have that with the Gobi rack. you can obviously add more crossbars and make it a full platform, but obviously that gets expensive. So the one downside of it that I've seen is I do wish that I had a full platform up there versus a bunch of different crossbars. Still have my Ironman awning. I hate this thing, honestly. It's hard to put up. I will be getting something else at some point in time, but for now, it's what we have. My zipper, can't even close this right there. Have to mess with that. Those are kind of the main camp things, you know, nothing super sophisticated with our setup. We've got our camp chairs. Gonna start working on some dinner here. That propane tank, it's feeling pretty empty. And I realized when I did my little switcheroo, I left my other one. I've been trying to like wean down. I've had like 5 like that are like 80% used. I thought I brought 2. I only brought 1. Hopefully that'll be enough for dinner. The thing that I just love about gnocchi, it tastes good, it's easy, there's no cleanup really other than this single pan. You know, mix a little bit of sausage in there with it to add some protein, and it's a nice, quick, easy family meal that tastes delicious. And for me, who I don't love to cook, it's a nice, easy thing to cook as well. I'm just gonna eat mine right out of this. One last thing to clean. Well, I saw this cool rock formation over here from camp, so we've started to kind of hike to make our way over to it. And there must be some type of a spring that pops up right here. Water's coming down. Does look like maybe we can get around the top of it, but we're kind of like right in the foothills of these mountains. You know, a lot of, you know, junipers and things like that, but it's really pretty right now. Man, the view from these rocks is just unreal. It's beautiful. Sun is setting over there. It's putting perfect light over all these junipers. You can see our camp set up just right down there. It's just stunning. It's so pretty. Man, while we're going to be in the desert, this has me excited for mountain season for sure. Saturday morning, Brent's crew got in last night, 8:30, 9 o'clock. It was just fun catching up with them around the fire. Is this beautiful, beautiful morning. I love this area because you get, it's like the mountains and the desert are in the middle of merging. So you'll see elements of each of them, and it just makes a really unique, beautiful landscape. You can kind of see in the sand and in the dirt, you know, the desert elements, but then you look over and you see the mountains and a little bit of snow. And anyways, it's really beautiful. Getting hungry, about time to get some breakfast going. Well, just pulled out of camp. We're gonna run along this frontage road along I-70 for a little bit. Supposedly there's some tunnels that we're gonna go under, which is cool. I've actually never driven on these trails today, so at least the first portion of it. The second portion, from looking at the mapping, I think I have been on, but It was multiple years ago. So all of this heading east, all new. I'm excited about it. We're definitely dust bombing right now. Got Brent up ahead of us. He is in his LX 470. And we've got his dad behind us, Travis, in his JK Jeep Rubicon. And of course, we are in the GX 460. We're currently cruising on Old Highway 10, which is the frontage road that was basically replaced by I-70. So, you know, I-70's been around for a long time. I'm not sure what time this was abandoned, but it's a fun little, you know, it's very well graded. It's a fast-paced moving road, but it's cool to be kind of cruising along next to the highway, and you can see it off over the corner a couple times. You go underneath it through some of these bridges, or some of these tunnels, excuse me, and a better way to be heading, you know, from west towards east through central Utah. I like this. A lot more fun than just cruising going 80 on the freeway. A bunch of really cool old mining stuff in here. You can see this is definitely structure, probably coal mining. See, it's pretty dark in there. Look, it's all stacked up right here, and on the other side it looks like there's a chute with some really cool mining things. This is awesome. I love this type of stuff. Well, I love running across stuff like this. This is a Civilian Conservation Corps camp, the remains of it. There's a bunch of, you know, you can see like remainders of cement structures and buildings and stuff like that. And just, man, really cool. There's 2 kiosks up there with bigger explanations of them, but overall, this is awesome. Clorox. Another foundation over here. There's a lot of really cool stuff here. It's definitely some type of a building, dirt, mud, and stuff. My guess is that it was some type of a cold storage, and that's why it's built into the ground like this. But over time, dirt and mud's eroded and kind of covering it up. views like this, I don't know how you just wouldn't want to be exploring the desert all day, every day. It's just so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Man, I can't handle it. It's just so incredible. We're getting really close to Temple of the Moon and Temple of the Sun. Once we get into the national park, obviously we will have to stop filming, but man, just gorgeous in here. Look at these really cool monoliths we're driving next to. Man, it's beautiful. Well, we just left Capitol Reef National Park, checked out Temple of the Moon, Temple of the Sun, and Glass Mountain. Not going to see any footage of that because we can't film in national parks anymore. But in a few minutes here, we're back on our original route, but a couple people on the group had not seen these, so we decided to veer off a little bit, check those out. Man, this just really cool trail. I love this road that leads into Capitol Reef. I've driven it a couple of times. I did it on my Godwin Valley to Cathedral Valley trip. I did on my Expedition Utah trip through this area. There's just so many beautiful things to see along the way. Nothing technical. It's a fairly fast-moving trail besides, you know, some washboards and G-outs, but it's some of the best exploring that you can do in the desert in this area, in my opinion. It's just absolutely stunning. After a few more miles on the trail, we hit Highway 24 and started making our way home. I'm so thankful for Brent and his family for inviting us on this adventure. If you haven't already, please go check out his YouTube channel, Forgotten Waypoints. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.